Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We've got a series of videos here, replays for the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG. This one is on the south spawn of Ensk and it's under the command of Angelina75. And the first one starts off where we're investigating a jumping reticule. Now some of you may know that we noticed that when you actually take aim at some of the enemies, sometimes the reticule jumps just as you're about to fire, and it means you miss the target by quite some distance. Now it's been suggested the reason why this is happening is to do with the fact that we're switching ammunition, and of course Wargaming has made the new ammunition have a lower trajectory than the standard HE, which means that when you actually select the new ammo, it has to change the aim so that the shell can actually hit the target with the right trajectory. But I think this is actually causing problems for Arty players. Okay, now we're aiming towards a T-34-1. Angelina's trying to lock onto the target. She fires around through. You notice the reticule jump there. It didn't stay still. She's firing standard HE at the moment. Now Ensk is not an Arty friendly map, I'm afraid. In fact, it's distinctly unfriendly. And so if you want to get a shot on target, it really takes some effort. Okay, now she's trying to fire through that window to hit the Hellcat. Yup, well the shell hit the outside of the window and splashed the Hellcat. So she's picked up some hit points, only 93 though. Now one of the things about the Ensk map, which means that most people tend to block it if they're Arty players, because it's so small, it's very difficult to actually get any decent shots on the enemy without being spotted. Out in the field we've noticed a Super Hellcat, Jagdpanzer 4 and a T-25-2. Okay, she's trying to line up a shot. She's going for the Jagdpanther instead. Jagdpanzer rather I should say, based on the Panzer 4. She gets a nice hit there for 195. She's decided to switch to the T-25-2 this time. In fact, the enemy is now starting to move through the south area, getting close to our cap area, and this could threaten Angelina. So she fires around him blind there on the T-21. We lost sight of him, and she's going to have to move now because that T-21 is getting very close, and we've just lost our FE-304, and I think Angelina's probably going to be next. She's been spotted. It's a E-25. She's being shot at by no eye, and this game is now over for her. I think we did see the reticule jump. Certainly on the first shot it appeared to jump upwards. I'm not sure if that was caused by me playing around with the keys to actually get the right view. There's only 4 members left on our team though now. This is going to be a loss for sure. Yeah, I can't see this going on much longer. The Black Prince is surrounded. He's being shot at on 3 different sides, I think, or 2 different sides at the moment. There goes the T-25-2. The Black Prince, the last one. He kills the OI, but he gets taken out the next second by the Hellcat. So unfortunately, this one is a defeat. If we look at the end of battle results, we can see that the most that Angelina managed to get was a bruiser in this one. Her win rate in the game was 357, which is very poor indeed, I suppose. But considering she actually did get 3 hits on the enemy, that's not bad actually, if you think about it. 2 hits on the enemy, sorry. And spotted for 1 enemy vehicle as well. Look at the team score, she's actually mid-table on damage. The high scorer on her team, in fact in the entire game, was the Nashorn on her team with 2,194 hit points. The second highest being the OI, and the third being, I think that's a T-78 actually as well. But she was mid-table, so not bad. Didn't get any kills in this game, and when it came to base XP, well, she's mid-table on that as well, which is the other team that did well overall. So That's the first game over. She did manage to get some credits. In fact, she made a profit in that game because she got a mission completion out of it. So at least she got something. And if she hadn't had the mission completion, she would have actually made a loss of just 8 credits from the game. And she got 144 XP as well. So there you go. That was the first battle. Let's have a look at the second one. The second replay is on the northwest spawn of Fjords. And we've got no sound. Yes, just like Wargaming, not to fix their program. We keep saying Wargaming should fix it, but they don't. So let's start this replay again, but this time with engine noises. And I'll speed up the count just a little. Okay, now we're in action. You can see that Angelina's picked up 2 marks of excellence already on her GW Panther, and she rather enjoys this Arty. I think a lot of people do. They consider it's kind of like a junior member of the M53, M55, in that it has a turret for the gun which can turn over a fairly decent arc. Yeah, it's difficult driving down that way, I know. Okay, she's found a firing position, but it is one of the most regularly used ones, which means, of course, that there's a possibility the enemy might try to counter-battery her. So she's got to watch out for that. If any enemy shells stand nearby, or if she hears anything, she needs to do something straight away. First round's out. It's a hit. A direct hit on the IS-22. We didn't see how many hit points she got because it was unspotted at the moment the shell went in, but we know that it was a direct hit because there was no explosion whatsoever. Now she's got a partial reticule here, and that means that there's some obstruction caused by the rock face, and if she fires the shell in, there's a fairly even chance the shell won't hit the target, but she did hit that target, and now we can see the IS-22 is missing 12% of his health already. Yeah, he's lost something like just over 150 hit points, I think, slightly more than 150. And her next target's going to be the IS-2M. Fires the round in, and 106 hit points from a near miss. My voice sounds hoarse. It's because I've been doing a lot of commentary over the past few days, and as a consequence, yes, it's hurting the old vocal cords. Now that IS is starting to advance, and I think he's just testing the water at the moment, which will be a bit dangerous for him. Rounds out, direct hit, 121 hit points right in his face. It's saying, keep off the grass. Now this T-71 CMCD had got himself spotted, which is not a good idea if you're a light tank. I think it's mainly because he was actually shooting instead of actually just spotting, and that's cost him because now we know where he is. You can't get a shot on the IS-22, so that's out of the question. Can we get a shot on this T-71? Yes, probably. Even though he's hiding behind the rock, he keeps moving about, and if he does that, he's going to get smashed. Rounds out. Good hit! Solid hit there. 241 hit points. That T-71 is now being taught a lesson by Angelina. Don't muck about. If you get yourself spotted, you've only got yourself to blame if you get hit. Now, we're not covering that part of the map at the moment, and I think Angelina's worried that she might have to repel borders any second. She can't get a shot from the T-44. She's got a red line, and that's because there's something blocking the path of the shell. In fact, she's got a red line there as well, and that's the rock face is blocking that shot. From her current position, she can't get a shot in that direction. In fact, the reason those guys are moving is because they're getting surrounded. So Angelina might need to move herself to get another shot on them. It looks like an enemy STG was seen at the entrance to the Eastern Pass. Angelina's now found a new target. It's a Tiger P. She's got no solution on him at the moment, but if he moves forward, she will get one. She does! And a direct hit, 178. Good strike. and he's taking damage, so she's picking up stun assist. Yeah, I think that was an AMX 1357 unloading into that Tiger P. Okay, we're ready for another shell, but the Tiger P's just expired. Standard reload on this Arty is 25.89 seconds. And you can see that, 21 seconds for Angelina. That's a near miss on the SU-122-44, and he's gone out of the game. She's picked up a load of stun assist off that, 686, and we just spotted the Tracer coming out of the Crusader SP, which is the last enemy R2. It's the only enemy R2 alive. And the enemy team is falling apart. They've only got 4 left now. Angelina's decided to get closer now because there's very little chance that the enemy's going to be able to get a shot on her unless she gets really close. Okay, GSOR, that would make a lovely target because that's a premium tank destroyer. Instead, she's going after the Crusader SP. She's letting it dial in. She's a perfectionist. Watch for this shell. Rouse out. Direct hit! Wipes him out. One shot kill. So she's got her first kill on the scoreboard. That was a perfect shot, that was. There's only 2 enemies left. One of them's in the Eastern Pass, the SU-130PM. And the other one is the GSOR, who's retreated back to his own cap area. I have the feeling Angelina's going to position herself in such a way she might be able to get a shot on that SU-130PM, but she's got to come over here in order to do it. Oh, well, that's all. She's heading towards the enemy cap area. I think she wants more damage on the enemy. Okay, she has to be careful at this point onwards because that SU-130PM might see her when she fires. Okay, we know he's in that corner. He's got to be hiding behind that rock. I think it's a high probability he's poking out right now, trying to see anyone who comes through the pass. So she fires a round in, and it goes a bit long. Oh, he was there. He was looking through that pass, and he suddenly pulled back. And I think he pulled back because he suddenly got spotted. His sixth sense may have gone off. So it's 4 versus 2 at the moment. Rounds out. That one hit the rock face right next to where he was. So I suspect he's probably been stunned by that shell. And the the GSOR came out there, and he's just got wiped out by the Striv S1, but unfortunately the SU-130PM was looking for us, and he saw Angelina and took her out. Yeah, she said, oh well. Well, she was taking a bit of a risk going around that corner, but she wanted more damage, and I suspect she probably did get some hit points on him, and that's why he decided to take one out on her. Okay, well, it's 2 versus 1 now. The SU-130PM probably won't stay in that position. He'll probably relocate. And our IS is headed towards our cap. The Striv is covering that corner just in case the guy does come that way. He's saying go to the cap. Angelina's saying go to the cap and make him come, which is the correct thing to do. You force him to come back to the cap. And if you hide in the right position, he has to come all the way back to the cap to spot where you are. Because he won't be able to shoot from a distance. He won't simply be able to see you. So the Striv should relocate. The IS is... well, he's going the long way around to get to the cap. And there's the SU-130PM. He did relocate. He did go back to his cap, which is the smart thing to do. But it now means the Striv can up sticks and move. And get over here as quickly as he can. And he is doing that. Okay, so it's now up to the IS and Striv to finish off this SU-130PM. He's not going to allow them to cap, not without them taking some damage. And because they didn't get into a position, the Striv might be able to get a shot in. The IS certainly goes for it. Can he get the RAM? Well, he does get some RAM damage, but is he going to take a shot from that SU? Oh, this is dicey. Come on, Striv. and he does kill the IS, and now he's trying to make his way into cover, but it's too late. The Striv saw where he was, and that is the end of the game. So let's have a look at the end of battle results for that one. Here's the end of battle results. It was a first class tanker for Angelina75 and the GW Panther. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one she managed to get 7. And she got a Confederate medal because she hit more of the enemy than anyone else in her team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. And we can see that she did stun the SU-130PM, but she didn't get any damage on him, I'm afraid. So the shell must have landed on the rock right next door to him and really annoyed him. And that's why he tried to kill her and succeeded. But she did get 1 kill out of it, the Crusader SP. Let's have a look at the team score and see where she is. When it came to damage, she wasn't top. No, the top player was the SU-130PM on the enemy team. 3,147 hit points to him. The Striv got 3,078. And the third highest damage was the IS with 2568, but I haven't got my glasses on. It's 2508. Okay, and Angelina managed to get 1,989 hit points of damage from that game. Quite a respectable score for a GW Panther. When it came to kills, it was the SU-130PM. He managed to get 5 kills out of that one. 4 kills went to the Striv, 3 kills went to the GSOR 1008 on her team. And when it came to base XP, it was the AMX 1357 who did the best, and that's probably because he was doing spotting. He got 1,167 base experience points, 944 went to the Striv, and 921 went to Angelina, and that's higher than anyone on the enemy team as well. So third highest on base XP. We look at the score shards again. We're just going to briefly go over them. We can see she picked up 2,060 hit points of stun assist. That's what gave her the first class tanker in that one, as well as the actual damage she did. And she made a healthy profit out of that one as well, 123,324 credits. But she did get a personal missions payout of 90,000. So take the 90,000 off, she still comes out ahead with 33,324 credits. And that's a good score in the GW Panther. 921 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,764 and 5,528 experience points altogether. So yet again, a really good battle. She was good at aiming in the first one, although it was Ensk, and you know I hate Ensk, so I block it. I don't want to ever play that map again if I'm in an Arty. If I'm in a tank, I won't mind it, but if I'm in an Arty, no, I don't want to go anywhere near Ensk. There you go. But in this game, yes, she did much better, and she was the sole Arty on her team, but she still managed to take out the sole Arty on the enemy team as well, just for good measure. So let's have a look at the third replay. The third replay is on the west spawn of Sand River. Okay, we're on action. I have to say this is one of my favourite maps actually, because all these dunes and everything allow you to lots of places where you can hide as Arty, even though it appears to be fairly open in that there's no buildings to hide behind except in the middle of town. Now Angelina's aiming towards near the enemy cap area, just to the north bank at the moment. The EBR's found someone. And it's a T-52, and he's making a quick run past that gap. No, she aimed directly at him. That was the mistake there. You have to lead the target if you're going to expect the shell to meet the target, because there's going to be a delay of about 2 seconds before the shell reaches the spot. So it does help to lead the target a little. You can anticipate the target will probably stop, but try to aim. Oh, she fired behind him there, and that worked actually. She led the target just a little and he got stunned. Okay, she's changing position to avoid counter battery. I always try to put a sideways element into that as well. You don't have to move straight forwards or straight backwards, but it does help a little. Putting a sideways element into it actually throws off the enemy Arty as well, because they're looking for the tracer. If they see the enemy tracer, then if you put a side element in, you move to one side, then they'll get it wrong completely. And she's doing it now. She's moving sideways relative to her last shot. So if anyone saw that shot, they're not going to hit her. They're not going to even get a shot near her. Okay, nicely done. Good position. Wow, this is very interesting. She's actually moving a long way forward. And the reason for this is the T-52 on the enemy team. Yep, he's managed to get all the way around the north bank. And he's now trying to come into the cap area from the north bank. But he got killed by our T-34-2GFT. So at least our other guys were on the ball. And it helps that we did have a large number of players still at the cap area. So they were basically camping at the cap. Okay, Black Prince. We just saw Tracer from one of the enemy Arties. I think we know where he is. Yeah, she saw it. Good. She knows where he is. He's actually in that spot there. Okay, that Leo's a nice target. He's actually snug as a bug in a rug, you might say. Okay, these guys are actually stationary to shoot at our teammates near the river, and she's going to use that against them. Gets a nice shot into the side of the T-34-85, 253. It's her first recorded damage in this game so far, but it won't be her last. And look at this, two tanks together, a twofer, and the T-34-85M just got hit. So she's leading the target. Oh, he doesn't move far enough forward. He stopped to take a shot. Unfortunately, she missed out on that one, but she can still go for the Skoda T25. Now, that thing's got very thin armour, so any shell she fires is more than likely going to penetrate it if she can get it on target. But she's lost sight of him. So she's going back to the other target she knows about, the Leo. She's going to have to let this one dial in because he's only showing the top of his turret. That's out. Beautiful shot, right on the money. 302 hit points, that's an excellent one. The Leo's not a happy bunny now. Okay, she's changing position to avoid counter battery and going for another. Or is she going for that Black Prince? He's gone up on Quickie Baby's ramp. I call it Quickie Baby's ramp because he was the one who kept using it so insistently every time he was playing an assault game on Sand River. He'd go up that ramp and spot all the enemy tanks coming to try and seize the cap and get huge amounts of damage. Most of the time he was using a CDC, the Char de Chasseur, and the reason he was doing that is I think he was trying to flog those for wargaming. Rounds out. Another direct hit! Beautiful shot, right on the top. He took that one on the turret. 277 hit points this time. Now we see a wheelie going nearby, an EBR Hotchkiss. I just had a game this afternoon and I took out the enemy Arty and enemy wheelie rather, and I called out and sent a message in chat saying I just killed the vermin. And I think that, yes, people appreciate that now. Much more so than they ever did with Arty. And that Easy 8 is trying to get trying to jump on top of the Oni, but what he's done instead is actually made himself a victim. Going for the Black Prince. Rounds out. Direct hit. 125. The Black Prince is one shot. The Easy 8 is about to get squashed by the Oni. The Black Prince is down. This time round it's going to be the Easy 8. The Oni does take some damage, but the Easy 8 is toast. He's gone. Flattened like a pancake. Jackson's next. Angelina's got him in line. Leads that shot in, and that was very close. The Leo has had enough. I think he's realised if he stays where he is, he's going to get... Look at all the marks on his turret. That's where Angelina's shots were landing. She smacked him on the turret more than once. And he's out the game and back in the garage. And there goes the Jackson as well. She's got 1,214 hit points so far and she's not finished. Oh, I think the Oni doesn't appreciate the kill the hits that Angelina made, because he just sent a rude message. Or maybe it was the AMX-13 F3 that he was complaining about. I don't think you could complain about Angelina. She did the right thing. She went for the Black Prince, not for the DC-8. And that was aimed at the Tiger 1, who did knock down the buildings. He was there and he did get stunned. On the other hand, it might have been the Hummel who actually stunned the Oni. The Oni's out of the game anyway now. We're 2 tanks ahead on the enemy. And Angelina's moving, which, well, she does know what the P in propelled stands for. Well, the P in SPG stands for propelled. And she knows that. She's seen all the videos by What Arty Noobs members. She's seen the videos and the replays by her partner, Talon1958, and they move. They move because it's moving to win. Direct hit! 232. Lovely leading shot there. Right on the side. You can see the yellow mark on the side of his vehicle where the shell landed. The enemy Arty's in sight and he's diving for cover. I thought that would damage him there. That was a very brave shotgun, but I think Angelina's going to now take him. Wait for him to back up. That's it. Rounds out. That looked good. And she got him. Direct hit. No doubt about that. There goes the M44. There's one RT left. It's the M12. And Angelina wants him. You're mine. All mine. Leading the target. Here we go. Rounds out. Oh, he stops. She still clocks him for 114 and he is killed, so she gets the stun assist. And that's it. The game's over. She's won. Here's the end of battle results. That was a second-class tanker game for Angelina in the GW Panther. She got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She got 10 in total. And she got another Confederate. Yes, she keeps hitting the enemy more than anyone else in the team. At least 6 tanks were subsequently taken out by other teammates in that game. And just look, yep, you can see. In fact, actually, I think missing that M12 at the end of the game may have actually guaranteed that she got the Confederate, because she may have lost it, one of the others, if she had hit him and took him out. She says use the PNSPG. Yes, she knows it. And if we look at the team damage, we can see that the highest damage in the game was actually the M18 Hellcat on the enemy team with 2,288 hit points of damage. The second highest damage was Angelina. She got 1,868 hit points. And the third highest damage was the Strip 74 with 1,773. When it came to kills, it was the MT25 got 4 kills in that game. The Easy 8 managed to get 3 kills. So did the M18 on the enemy team. Angelina only got the 1 from that game. But, as I said, that probably helped her getting the Confederate. And when we look at base XP, we can see she's in 4th place overall. The highest score was the MT25, 1022. I think he was doing spotting. The Easy 8 also got 913. The Oni got 842. And then we've got Angelina with 787. She fired 16 rounds, got 7 direct hits, 1 penetration, 13 splash. Damage of 1,868 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 1. So yes, if she actually had killed that M12, it would have been 8 and 2, and that would have put her right on the limit of whether or not she would have got the Confederate or not. She would have had 6 tanks, but there might have been somebody else who'd done 7 tanks, and so she might have lost it. 595 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns, and after all the figures, she ends up with 17,092 credits profit from the game on a premium account. And 787 XP plus 2,362 from personal reserves, a personal missions payout of 2,362 again, and 5,905 experience points altogether. So 3 very good games by Angelina75 in the GW Panther. Thank you for sending in that replay about Ensk. It just helps to try and work out what the problem is with the reticule. We think it is down to the fact that the different shells have different trajectories, so we'll keep testing that to see if that's the case. But I think I did actually try a game myself where I changed shells deliberately to see if the reticule would move, and it did. It did adjust. So we do know now that before you fire, let the reticule adjust once the new shell is loaded in the breech. Don't just fire straight away the moment the shell's in, because there's a possibility the reticule will readjust just at the moment you fire if you fire when you've loaded. So allow the shell to settle in the chamber so it adjusts the reticule first. So I hope you enjoyed those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.